be seen without pixelation, heard without a microphone popping. All indications before plugging in show that this microphone should be working, that the internet should be working, that you should be able to see me, maybe. But there's that tree again. Here is my little drawing setup. It's in the shade. It should be 100%. Yeah, early again. Well, actually, it's not that early. It's 5:55, or it's almost 6 o'clock. Can you see me, travel sibling? Is it clear? I have a short time I can be on for, and then I got to start making dinner for the dog. The dog was just reminded me that it was time. It was time to do things. I just need to know I need to know two things so it's clear. What about the sound? Uh-oh, I almost put this thing on the off button. How is the sound? So it's clear. Good. All right. Okay, the picture is clear. That's the good thing. Then we're going to go move this thing in like this, and the sound is good. All right. All right, well, let's going to do some sketch work. I got to use all those pencils and crap that I bought myself, like several years ago. So, like, the last session we had this was one of the drawings I did. While I'm looking to learn how to use those pencils and crap. That was, 8/2. I went to a family reunion yesterday. There was that one, the ghost of JFK, I'm calling it. And this one's like that gambler dude. He reminds me of somebody who would be like, counting cards and playing blackjack and stuff like that. So we're just going to do some more of that stuff. Get the right kind of a pencil. So I got I have a couple pencil boxes. So this is one of my pencil boxes. This one has just Bill, welcome, Chloe. And so this is one of my pencil boxes. And then I have another pencil box. My other pencil box is this one here. This has got all the main supplies. It has, is a compressed charcoal. Welcome, Maria. Welcome. This is some compressed charcoals. And these are like color shapers and, some rubber gloves. And these are some looser other charcoals that are a little bit looser. And then I have, what do I have in here? I actually don't know what I have in here. Probably have something. Might be a paintbrush. Let's see. What do I have in this bag. I think I'll turn the camera down so maybe you can see a little bit better. 5x5, huh? I turned the stream on and it was 5x5. I don't really know what's in this bag. Oh, it's a brand new graphite pencil. I like these ones. This is just solid graphite. So we go look in here. I don't know what the other one is. I usually like buy 2 of everything. I bought this stuff like in 2019. This is it's probably another charcoal pencil. Well, you know what? I went to a family reunion yesterday. I did about almost a 200-mile round trip drive. We spent on Interstate 5 between Salem and Portland. The average speed was like 20 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour, because there was so much traffic. And so it was just a matter of getting there. The party started at 3. We didn't get there till almost 5. And I think I'm going to use this charcoal here. This is a little bit looser, and so yeah, we're just going to do some practice drawing, because I'm we'll just practice, and I'll just move this over here like this. Yeah, and that was fun. It was fun to see some family. I got like some, I just want to do some expressions. I'm just going to be looking through the screen itself. Maybe that's not where the, I don't know, abstract drawing. That looks like a slice of bread, don't it? Maybe it's your bread art. Actually, Maria, I haven't really done much today. SpongeBob, yeah, maybe. Maybe we'll have it like on a little body like this. There. Kind of forlorn or a bit spongy Bob, huh? All right. I'm not, maybe eventually I'll be able to actually draw somebody, a face. I don't know. I mean, this was a pretty good face that I drew Saturday night. Maybe we want to put in some hair. So one of my cousins or cousin-in-laws is a medium. I was kind of invited to go to a ghost conference next March, because in Seaside, Oregon, I guess in every March there's a ghost conference. I don't know how much it costs though. That means I have to have somebody just come and stay with my mom while I go, or maybe we then stay at a hotel in March that where the dog, and I don't know, Maria. I don't know if I can afford it. It's just a matter of affordability. Because it's like, okay, you drive up there for the day. takes 2.5 hours to get there, because if you're driving up the coast, it's, it's like, what, 100 miles away, but 100 miles on Highway 101, and depends on, it takes a little while to travel 100 miles on Highway 101, and the average speed is like 45 miles an hour because of, either the road conditions are really kind of curvy. There's to get to Highway 101, there's 2 different routes I can take. And then once you get on there, then you're going up, and you're going through Tillamook, some Rockaway, some bunch of coastal towns. And so traveling speed's kind of low, and so I don't know. I'd like to go. I would really like to go, because it would be, I'd meet a lot of people. But nevertheless, what I did find out, which was interesting, was I found out a little bit more about my great-grandmother. And so I had talked about a memory which I thought was a phantom memory, and which it did turn out that it was a phantom memory. That my grandmother didn't have a tarot deck. But my great-grandmother, before she migrated to America, she was a card reader. She read, I guess she read playing cards. She never owned a tarot deck, and so, but what she did own was playing cards. So she told fortunes as far as reading tea leaves and cups, and she read playing cards. She read people's fortunes. And this is my great-grandmother, who was born in 1890. I feel like this needs just to have a little tiny mouth like this. We're making kind of cartoony faces. And maybe I use this end of the stick to make kind of a nose. Yeah, we're making kind of cartoony type figures. There we go. Nothing too fancy, but so my great-grandmother, let's go turn the thing around. This is really tight in here, because I'm right in front of a door on the back side of the house, and this is where I got full-strength internet, right here. If I go to this way, like 4 feet, then I ain't got no internet, or it's quarter strength. If I go like this way, this other way, a few feet to my to this side, I don't got any internet. And so right now I have full strength internet, and it must be that it's easier for that Wi-Fi signal to go through this door than it is to go through the windows or to go through the walls. But anyway, so my great-grandmother, she was born in 1890, and I think that and then immigrated to the United States in the I think before the Spanish flu. So the Spanish flu was in 1917 to 1920, roughly that time period, 1917. So before the Spanish flu, her and her husband came to America. They came to America to get a divorce because they had been in an arranged marriage. And by that time they had like 6 children. And so before coming to America, she read cards. Now, I don't think she did it professionally, not for money or anything, but she did read people's fortunes. And that was one of the skills that she has. And so it was, I guess, regular playing cards, because there was no my aunt had never seen. There was no tarot deck, no tarot deck, and if it was a tarot deck, it would have been the Tarot de Marseille, because the Rider-Waite tarot deck was first printed in 1909, and that would have been printed in England. I don't know if it was printed in America, but certainly it was printed in England in 1909, the first Rider-Waite tarot deck. But the other tarot decks that were available, I don't know what was available in the 1800s in Sweden. I should probably look that up and see if I can find that information out. So, but people did know how to read playing cards, and so there's like the gypsies, and that kind of a gypsy kind of a background. They read playing cards, and you can read playing cards like tarot cards too. And I haven't ventured into doing that yet, but I have the concept down in my head on how to read playing cards like tarot cards. And so I think it's just a matter of you have to choose what system you're going to use. Are you going to use the Rider-Waite system, or are you going to use the French Tarot de Marseille system? And then there's also just a straight playing card system itself for the cartomancy. It has its own system. So if you choose, let's say, to use the Tarot de Marseille, you're looking at the pips, and the pips, there's the numerical values. You're looking at the meaning of the suits, what those suits mean, the meaning of the numbers, and so forth. So you have to be really your knowledge of the numerology, the tarot numerology, needs to be pretty good. And I've just lost everybody, haven't I? Anyways, I'm going to go back to the drawing and stop talking about this stuff here. But nevertheless, so I found out a bit more about my great-grandmother, and so those gifts that came down through the family. And so, anyways, let's just turn the camera back around, and I'll stop talking about the boring stuff and go back to writing doing my little drawing here. Maybe we kind of work a little bit more into here. I kind of like this face. It's working on more cartoonish faces. Maybe we can make some softer edges here. He's got maybe like a 5 o'clock shadow. Yeah. You were the only one listening. It dropped just down to you, Maria. Everyone else I just lost everybody else while I started talking about something. Let's do this. Let's go make his hair kind of this, and I'll go back over it. Oh, you're still here there too? All right. It kind of makes his hair kind of fluffy. You know, it almost has like a hairline of like, was it the Munsters? The Munsters? The Munsters in, where did that go to? Rolled right off the table. Oh, there it is. And it's almost fell into a crack. Shoot. I guess I don't have the right kind of... My system here is really... I'm precariously perched here. Yeah, I think it might have been like one of the vampires, yeah. I'm going to... We'll just turn the camera around. Oh, that way. No, not that way. We'll have you looking at the tree while I go retrieve Oh, I saved it. I saved it from falling into a crack that then I would never have gotten it out. Yeah, the Munsters. And so it really did look like one of those characters from the Munsters. Does, you know. It has a kind of a pleasant face too. But we can maybe do some. Uh-oh, I don't like that. Let's move this thing around a bit better. Move it around so the hair is kind of coming this way, coming down into its eyes. I feel like I need to see Interview with a Vampire again. I've been trying to find a free version of it, but now I do have the entire series on audio on cassette tape. Now it's looking a little bit less like the Munsters, more like just some punk-ass kid. Maybe a little bit of a curly hair coming out here. Like that. It just looks like a punk-ass kid with a 5 o'clock shadow, like needs to shave. Let me just go do this here and then maybe do some reinforcements here. We got the ears kind of over here. Kind of hair over the ears here, something like that. There we go. I think it looks pretty cool now. Nose and yeah. Look like earbuds or something. Huh. Yeah. Alright, well, let's just move on. Uh-oh. I don't think I want those two pages together like that because it's going to completely ruin this drawing. And then what do we have on the back side? So I'm going to remove this page out of here altogether. We'll roll it down that way. Uh-oh, the wind is blowing. I'm kind of wrestling around here with this stuff. There we go. This is a charcoal, it's not a chalk. And it's kind of it's a soft chalk. It's soft. It's really soft, and I can go to like graphite. Graphite is a little bit more stable. You think of which pencil box was this now? The one with the backup supplies. Oh, this is the one I wanted. We'll pull up a graphite. This is graphite, and graphite pencil. We've been on here for 24 minutes, and then it's probably about time to start thinking about making dinner. Opposite of your neighbor, Peekaboo. Peekaboo has arrived. Welcome, Peekaboo. All right. What have we got here? Maybe we'll just try something different. I'm going to be making soup. Soup is what I'm making for dinner. The dog is just getting elk meat. This is a little leftover elk meat, is what the dog gets. And I got to go look in my garden to see if I have any, if any more larger like zucchinis, or if there's another cucumber or something like that. So we're just gonna try this. We're just practicing. Getting kind of a texture. It doesn't have to be perfect, but happy trees, that's the important thing, that they're happy. One of my nephews is really seriously ill right now. He's not very old either. And as you see, I'm using the flat of the pencil here, not the point. I don't know. He's got something growing and this closing his, growing on his, I don't know. It's like a hard lump on his throat. It kind of makes it so he can't eat. But the healthcare system in the state from really sucks. And so I don't know. I haven't seen him probably like a year. I hope that he survives. He's not very old. He's a good kid. Yeah. Yeah, it's let's kind of do another offshoot up here like that, because trees often grow like this. They put up, especially fruit trees, they put up shoots. They come up right from the from the roots. Start growing again. I think they're called runners. No hard lines. We want no hard lines here. Let's go make some softer lines over here. Let me get my eraser. Mary Jane. Uh-oh, hitting the camera again. I just need to get an eraser. We're using a gum eraser here. Well, actually, I think I can use this white eraser here. Those are the trees you love. The Mary Jane trees. I don't know. I guess I just like yeah, I don't know why. Maybe they are. Maybe that's what it is. I do the landscapes the best. You know, part of using your eraser is not necessarily to erase the stuff, but it's to soften up the lines and make things softer in there. You know, you think of an eraser as something to cover up your mistakes, but you can also think of the eraser as a means, just one of the tools in there to shape everything. You know, use your finger here, soften things up, and just kind of change. Because the part about drawing that I don't like is just the limited palette, but I guess that's just my imagination that's sort of my limited imagination, and that I should be really thinking in terms of how do you get these tools to make them do kind of what you want them to do, and just to have a different perspective on that. You know, I don't know. What do you think? Maybe go over here, a little bit of that, but then again, yeah, I don't like Snoop. I don't know. I think I know who Snoop Dogg is, but Peekaboo. My favorite band is Black Sabbath. And it's one of my all-time favorite bands is Black Sabbath. Or my top 5 bands are Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest. I like Rush, and Rush is one of my top 5 favorite bands, and I like Queen as well. But Queen is probably not in my top 5, but that was just one that kind of popped up in there. But maybe it would be more like Jimi Hendrix or like Pink Floyd, kind of. Yeah, there's a radio station that I listen to, KBOO, 90.7. It's like an all volunteer run radio station. Broadcast out of Portland, and so it's like you could be like you could become, if I lived in the Portland area, I could be a DJ there, just volunteer, and then have whatever show on that radio station that I wanted. I think within reason, you know, whether it be like talk. They have a lot There's a lot of talk shows, and one of the talk shows that I occasionally will listen into is from the tribes in this area. You know, like tribal news, and so you get news that you just don't get anywhere else. Tribal news or more local things. But then yesterday on the way up to my family reunion, yes, I am from Oregon. I had relatives that came to Oregon on the Oregon Trail. So, my roots in Oregon go back to 1800s. There's a span in there. It's between like 1800s, like 1860s, 1870s, and like the 1920s, actually I think it was like more like 1920s, 30s, like in the Great Depression era, or just slightly after 1930, something like that. And then I had my Swedish immigrant family. They all came out to Oregon as well, and there was different waves that of them. Some of them came in the 1880s, 1890s from Sweden, and some came in the 19 teens and so forth. But so yeah, my roots in Oregon go back over like 150 years, and so yeah, I'm pretty well rooted in the state, and so the state is my home. But that's what I got on that. Let's do this drawing a little bit more. Then I'm gonna have to start making. Pee Wee's getting a little bit of wanting some food. So it's kind of like that tree there. That's what I'm looking at. But maybe we want to make some abstract like leaves and so forth. We're not like looking at. This is the hard part now, is that if you're looking at these things and how do you make it seem like there's leaves and crap. And so maybe I'm just going to leave that off this time. And the next time we'll start working on that. So we're just like a fall time tree, but I don't know. Maybe like that. Some random shape so we get some happy trees. Happy leaves. Kind of like fingers. This is a practice painting, so it's practice, so it's fine. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Happy trees. What is your favorite tree, Maria? When I think of happy trees, I think of Bob Ross. I think of Bob Ross talking about trees. Oh, Mary Jane. Well, it's legal here in the States, you know. And there's like 2 weed shops that's like really close by within walking distance of the house, but I don't, it's like a, just a little bit here. Yeah, I've never heard of that song before. I think I need that gum eraser. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, it's just Mary Jane legal estate. We'll just see what we do here. A bit of the No, I don't. I've never been to Sweden. I've actually, um, I've only been, I've been in Denmark for like 20 hours for a layover because I took a trip a long time ago to Israel, and I went from Seattle to Denmark to Tel Aviv to Denmark, back to Seattle to Portland. That's the Denmark is the closest I've ever been to Sweden. I have cousins that live in Sweden. I had a there's a guy that who was an exchange student when I was in high school. He's come and visited a few times. He and I, I have a picture. He and I look like brothers. He and I, this guy who's like not a blood relative of mine. Who knows? Maybe he's a cousin. We look like brothers. It's kind of amazing. I have this picture. It's not printed out on photographic papers. It's printed out on paper. But it's like we could be brothers. I look at that picture all the time. I think it was like during what was it, one of my class reunions. He came to one of my class reunions. Kind of these oddball shaped leaves. They're just kind of happy. Happy, happy, happy. Maybe we'll put down here like a part of an apple or something, some fruit or something that's on there. It's what it is. Maybe it's a leaf. Who knows? Who cares? We're just here having a good time. Ex-CO worker always posts. Oh, every time he visits, huh? No, he doesn't. No. Okay, I don't even remember what his last name is, actually. I have to go open up the Facebook again to see. I've had my Facebook account deactivated for quite a while. So I don't remember. I don't remember what his last name. It may be like something like Johnson or something like that. Let me see. Olsen and Lindberg are my Swedish last names. Olsen and Lindberg, but there was probably some other. But everyone where they're from a small place, and he had those double cousin relationship. People who were cousins on both sides and the family, and looks like a big butterfly here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Old Snoop Dogg. Got some more little leaves in here. Get that happy leaves coming out there. Looks like it's on a misty day, don't it? I don't know what to say. Listening to the far off cars. Some sound like race cars in the distance. But it's good to see family. You know, I mean, Portland's not that far away, but it just seems like you just hardly ever go. Almost looks like flower tree or something. You know, I've tried since the last of his parents passed away. It's been kind of hard to. His mom passed away a couple of years ago, and so I've only spoken to him once in the last couple of years. I mean, I could. Then he like works a couple jobs. You know, his child is a teenager. You know, and he and his wife are chiropractors, but then, you know, they're working all the time. And it's really kind of hard to connect up, because what is it, like a 10-hour? Yeah. Well, I miss talking to him, because it's like I miss all my friends. And just to put that, there are a lot of friends that I haven't spoken to in a long time. And some that moved to Canada, and I miss talking to them. You know, there's like some high school classmates, I mean, a few. One of the people I've known like since I was like really young. Known forever. But you know how it is. You get kind of trapped in your own bubble. You don't get out of your bubble. You just sort of stay there. You know, even trying to get a hold of my own sister is kind of, yeah. Well, I don't know that's going to happen, because he lives on the other side of the world. But you know, it's just hard. Things are just hard. But you know, no one ever said that this life was easy. I never found that in the instruction manual. It said that this life was easy. Anyways, how long have I been on? It's time for dinner, I know that. It's probably almost 7. And yeah, so it's 6:45. Yeah. Wouldn't that be nice if life was easy? I'm going to pack this up, but we're going to take a look at my drawing. We're trying, man. We're trying, Peekaboo. We're trying here, you know. I'm just trying. Drawing is my least favorite artistic activity. And I gotta go take care of my dog, and I gotta go take care of my mom. Okay, we'll put these away. I'm going to do a Tools of Fortune live stream later today. Let's go around the corner here and take a look at the garden. Yeah, you know what? I would like to have some fast food. So I'm going to stick close to the side of the house because it's probably going to get semi-pixelated here and there. There are these zones in here where the internet disappears. I want to go around the corner and we want to show you. Now I can't see the screen here. Okay, I got full internet here. I can't. Yeah, I'm hungry. I made some awesome milkless pancakes this morning. I made some great stuff. Disappears like Casimir. Yeah. It's coming around the edge where we're at. So it's like 3/4. This is my garden. Some of my garden anyway. I can't really go too far out away from the house because these are squash plants and the tomatoes are starting to, yeah, it's just like, okay, with milkless pancakes, you just follow the same recipe, except that you got to add a shit ton of butter in them, but I didn't have any butter. I didn't have enough butter. All I had was olive oil, so I just put a whole bunch of olive oil in it. And you also gotta you gotta double the amount of baking soda in it, or baking powder. So I got tomatoes down over there, and these are little tiny, I don't know if you can see that. We got little cherry tomatoes there. And yeah, now I want to look in here to see if I have any squash. I took all my larger squash to the family reunion yesterday and gave them to the master of the house. Okay, right there. Oh, this one's a monster. Look at this one. Stinking up the house. All right, well, look. This is a monster squash. I didn't see this one 2 days ago. Yeah, so I'm having this for dinner tonight then. And so that was where I was sitting there while I was doing the drawing. And the sun's starting to go down in the valley. And then there's my grapes. There's that nice big apple tree. Yeah, big giant squash. So yeah, monster squash. Anyways, it's nice and warm in the sun. The shadows are coming up. Here we go. Grapes. It could be. Well, when they get really big, they're not all that great anymore. They get kind of harder to process. I gotta start making the dinner before I get in trouble because it's almost 7 o'clock. anyways, I'm gonna call it a night here for 999 show. I'm gonna be back on. I'm gonna do a Tools of Fortune live. I don't know, later tonight. And we'll see you the next time. And thank you for hanging out with me. Bye bye.